So before that, let me run my project such that we can have that better clarity either on fronting and backing also. So run it as on server. Remember, up to now we need to annotate our user class only. Configuration class annotations is not required, so we can comment it out, or we can make it uncomment also, no matter at all. So let it to be a start, and once it will start, we can continue further. So if yeah, let us have that fronting. So if you are able to see that we are on that fronting, and yesterday we have done with that registration part, we
Registry.
have gone with that line, and we saw that how data is saving onto that drive database on MySQL, and how from that backend how we are maintaining their codes, the code like entity, how we are assigning to that, how we are getting object of that entity, how we are assigning this, how we are getting, first of all, how we are getting this values on servlet. On that servlet, after taking these values, how we are assigning this to that entity object. After assigning entity object, how we are passing that entity object to that session factory and also we have seen that how to get that session factory object. Already we have done configuration on that basis we are getting that session factory object. On behalf of that session factory object, we are getting session object, and the and that session object we are giving our entity object, such that session is saving our entity directly into database. But all this scenario is not happening at a single place, it is happening more than one places and packages. We have followed a structure, package structure, while developing our applications. From that applications, if you can see that we are having what DAO layer, DB config layer. So DB config layer is basically related with that Hibernate configuration. This entity layer is basically related with entity, maintaining ent- entity of these applications. Entity means what? Java class object, which is annotated with @entity annotations, which is Hibernate annotations. So now and this one is what? Servlet package. In this package, only servlet classes I have maintained over here, isn't it? So this is what JSP servlet based project, but this project I'm using Hibernate also to handle backend part, isn't it?
Mm-hmm.
So we, from that front end, we are getting data on this servlet. On this servlet we are getting data, that is okay. But after getting data on this servlet, what we have done, we have connected with our this DAO layer, correct?
Mm-hmm.
From servlet we have connected with DAO layer.
Yeah.
So user register servlet, it will come over here. We are able to see at this moment. First we have connected with that entity, because after getting data on that servlet, we need to have that object of that entity on behalf of this accepted data. Where is that accepted data? This accepted data, right? Accepted data.
Mm-hmm.
On behalf of this accepted data, from that front end we have maintained what user entity object by passing all these values, right? Now we are having entity object, and this object only we are going to pass to the session, and session will save this object directly to the database. So this is the simple statement which I am telling, but behind that a lot of logic we have to write, isn't it? And it has gone with a lot of processes. So how it is going on? So let me again recap once again. So up to here we are calling which one? We are from servlet. We here from servlet here we are calling
user
which one?
entity.
Entity. Correct. So entity package will get access. Now after having object of this entity object, what we are I'm doing over here, I have
Data have
gone with which
you.
one? That DAO layer. In that DAO layer I have created which one? User service.
Mm.
User service is what? Interface, right?
Yeah, yeah.
For this interface, if we wish to use interface properties, we must have to write their implemented classes.
Mm.
For this interface we are having implemented classes, which one? User service simple.
Mm.
Now question would be coming, if user service simple class is there, then what is the need of this user service? So if you can recap once again, while learning data abstractions in Java, we have already had discussion a lot on this interface, how to achieve abstractions using interface, what is the meaning of abstractions, how we are achieving abstractions using interface, how we are declaring, after declaring, how we are accessing their properties by implementing those interfaces in upcoming interfaces, or extending in upcoming interfaces, or implementing in upcoming classes. Those things we have already done with that. Now we are over here we are having what? Interface. The same interface implemented class we are having over here. It implemented class, what it means? Implemented class, it means that it will be a Java class which is implementing this interface. Implementing, what it means? It is inheriting properties of this interface, that's it. And after implementing, it will override their abstract method, and it will provide body to that method, isn't it?
Mhm.
So so at this moment, now on servlet only, first from front end we hit to that servlet first. From servlet we are hitting to which
Uh,
one? Entity package. Now after that we are hitting to
DO
what?
packet.
Now we are accessing which one? DAO package. DAO package, that's it. Now DAO package will get access from here. How that DAO package will get access? We are using reference of which one?
Intersection.
We are using reference variable of user service, but user service is not a class, it is an
Data.
interface only. then then how we can use that reference? So if you remember that we have gone with that upcasting and downcasting while learning OOPS
Mhm.
principles. So this is over here, but upcasting. In case suppose over here, like if you will come inside this service impl, tell me that user service impl is a
Mhm.
class, it has implemented user
Mhm.
service. Tell me, Suman, which one is that child and which one is the parent?
Okay, it implements. Okay, parent class is user service, and user service IMPL
Huh.
is the that is the child class. And
Correct. But remember, user service is not a class,
interface,
it is an
yes.
interface. So it is what? Parent. Yeah, it is parent
Yeah.
and it is child. That's it.
It accessing that methods, and after
So
that we are
yes,
implementing the methods. Yeah.
yes. So 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 in this case, if parent reference variable is holding object reference of child, that is called as what? Upcasting.
Okay.
Upcasting means what? Child to parent.
Mhm.
Means parent reference is holding child object. Suppose that byte and short is the data type in
Mhm.
Java, right? That holds what? Integer value
Mhm.
with
Mhm.
limited range. So byte is child of which one? Integer. And integer, we can say the child of long. All are responsible to hold integer value only, but with a specific range. Byte is having less range as compared to integer. Integer is having less range as compared to long, because long size is how much? 8 byte,
Right.
integer is 4 byte, and short is having 2
Yeah.
byte. So this byte value can be hold into long or not? Yes, we can hold. It means what? Long variable holding child value. So you can say that upcasting.
Mhm.
In case of this primitive type, this the another name is given widening. Widening and narrowing, which we have already seen. In case of OOPS concept, we are telling it what? Upcasting and downcasting. So at this moment we are holding here, this is what? Parent reference variable, which is of type interface, but it can, this reference variable can hold object
Okay.
reference of child classes. Directly interface object we can't create, as we know, but this reference variable can hold its child class object reference. Yes. Now at this moment we are hitting, or we are accessing that db config package also, as well db config package also we are accessing over here.
Mhm.
Getting my point? We can write all these code either db config as well as this user service and user service simple into our servlet only, but you know it will make a bulky, means it will have a lot of code inside, and it will go beyond more than 500 or more than 800 code also. So to make it readable, to make our application structured wise, to make it very easy to understand the code flow, to make it easy to debug, we are following architectural pattern to create or develop any applications, such that if suppose that hibernate related issue will come, bug will come, or error will come, we will not scan the whole servlet part. No, directly we will jump to this db config. Over there we'll open hibernate util.java and we'll see the configuration and we'll make changes over there, isn't it? It means what? It is giving us one structure, very easy to read, very easy to debug, very easy to write. So this is the beauty of following that structured pattern to develop our applications. Now uh, after that we are assigning our entity object to our this service method. This is the method which is written in that user service, and user service is what? The interface which are holding that parameter value given by that servlet, right? But it is not having that implemented body. So implemented body is written where? Implemented body is written in that implemented class. So now we are moving to that implemented class. Over here we have given that body. Now from servlet, that entity object came to that user service interface, and from that interface, that user entity object I have passed to this implemented class. Now finally we are having user entity object over here.
Mhm.
Getting my point? Finally value came over here. At this moment over here only we need to do this all all code we need to write it over here to set it into that database. Now remember, to set it into the database, what we need session object or not? Yes, because without session we can't save this object directly to the database.
Yeah, yeah.
No
Mhm.
any point of we can write any Hibernate query or any JPQL query or any native query or any other query. We can write it manually named query, but that is another part. But to save entity directly into the database, we must have to use session. Now session object, we know that session object we require, but how will get this session object? We'll get this session object from session factory object. Now question is coming, then how we will get session factory object? Session factory object, to get session factory object we must have to use what?
Uh,
dbconfig uh, package. In that we have written Hibernate util Java class, where I have given that configurations, and that is returning which
Yes,
one?
yes,
Session
yes.
factory object. But this object we are passing from where? This object we are passing from our servlet over here itself. So user register servlet. So over here you are able to see at this moment only I am passing this one, isn't it? Means whenever I am creating object for this user service impulse, at this point only I am passing the object. This will bring what?
Session factory.
Object of which one?
Mm-hmm.
Session factory, isn't it? So that session factory object it will bring, and we know this is the constructor which will get called while creating object of this one, and it will assign that values. Where it will assign that values? It will assign that values at this point of time only over here.
Mm-hmm.
Are you getting my point? At this point of time it will assign that value. Now question is coming over here. So at this user subject, now this point their operation is done, and assignment of the session factory is also
Mm-hmm.
done, right? So now we are calling save user by passing this user. At this moment I'm passing that user to the save user. Now save user will get called where? Again it will come over here, and the save user will get called with value. Now at this moment we need to get session. We are having session factory object already, which is got created while creating object of this user service impulse, right? Now using this session factory object we are getting session object. How? Session factory dot open session, it will give us session object. Now using this session object will begin transaction, it will give us transaction object. And using this transaction object we can commit final changes into database. But changes can be done using this session, and to make it reflect permanently we are using which one? Transaction object. Getting my point? Now we are having session object, we are having entity object. So this entity object will pass to this session, and session will use dot save method, which will be having this parameter user, and user is that entity. This entity only we wish to save into database. It will save user entity object onto our MySQL database.
Mm-hmm.
Getting my point? It will save onto our MySQL database. That is okay.
Mm-hmm.
So one, remember that you are attending the session or
Yeah.
whoever attending the sessions, this training you should not forward to anywhere. I can forward you recording, I will give you recording, but this recording at any cost you will
No, no,
not
no.
forwarding to anyone else. And this information also you will not passing to anyone, either at PCS or at anywhere. This is from my pocket, from my side to you, and for all Pavoi batch. So learn over here. I'm sharing the link. Learn over here, attend the
Mm,
session,
yes,
and you will learn over here, right?
yeah,
Do
yes, sir.
practice and learn. So keep
Mm-hmm.
secrecy for me also. Now just this will save user entity object into the database. That is correct. but it will not save permanently. To make it change it permanently into the database, suppose it will save into the database, it will give us the message also, but once our this uh, running of this application will go, means calling of this method will go, means it will get this closed. Accordingly that changes will get rolled back, means from that database whatever it has set the value user, that will get rolled back, means what, that changes will not be available over there. To make it permanent changes into that database, we are using transaction, and using this transaction, what we are using, transaction dot commit. It will make sure that changes will happen onto database permanently, and due to that only that into the database record will store, and we can see it later on also, right? So this much things we have
Mm-hmm.
done already. Now now moving further, and this is the control flow, how backend is working. Front end you already know, I have explained to you. Now moving further, for that login part, for that login part we can see it is having what, email and password, because the user who got registered, registered means the user who got registered, that user will have email and password, right? Because during registration they had given email and password, and we have stored it on to our database. It means what, that user will have email id and password, so
Mm-hmm.
they can log in, right? For login, what I have asked from user, I have asked from user to give your email id and password. For this front end login part, we can see over here that login part. So that login page, we can have it over here. Where is that login? This one is login.gsp. On this login.gsp you can see some styling I have given according to my requirement, because if you are able to see the border at this every corner on this page, this card, you can say, on after that card, on this header, you can, not only on the header, this is the card only, and this is the row. Let me check it out, what is this one. So this is border css, this is card, and this is on body. On that body I have given image. That image you are able to see in the background, this is image, right? So on that body I have given that image using that css only. This is also a way to provide that images. And this is the card. On that card I have given some boxes shadow, and on that border css I have applied, and ses arrange also I have applied on that, to that size. So that ses arrange and border css is I have applied onto that container only. On that container, which one is that container, this white color is that container. On this container I have given this card. On that card I have also applied border css. So if box shadow, if you are able to see this something is
Mm-hmm.
showing over here, right?
Shadow.
It has made that it is something like little bit up. So this is what border I have given on to this also. So that looks like very good in that page. Now it is having two things. What are those two things? Email and password. After that it is having but login button, and one another I have given over here, but if you don't have account, only p tag I have given. P means what, paragraph tag. On that I have written one statement. Don't have an account, then I have given one anchor tag. Anchor tag I have given what, that anchor tag I have given one reference to that register.jsp. If you don't have an account, click on this create one. It will take you up to that register.jsp. Remember, suppose you are having that account, you will be clicking on that login. After clicking on this login, where it will take you,
Yes.
it will take you that login servlet. with method post and with the value which you will be giving like email and password. It will take you up to that login servlet. So let us come to that login servlet. Where is that login servlet? Here, with this annotated this url, right, on that form which we have seen right now. Now this will get hit, means that one hit will come over here. It means what? From that front end, whenever you will click on that login button, it will, that control will come over here, it will hit to this page, right? Now after that, coming to this page, by we have overridden over here do post method of that servlet. Now we need to catch or extract that value which we have given from that front end. What we have given from that front end? We have given that email and password. That email and password we have received where? That email and password who has requested, client has
Yeah.
requested from whom? Server, right? So that request came into that request object, http servlet request. From this request we are extracting that values. We have given two values, email and password. Remember, while getting this request.get parameter, we are passing some parameter, no? This must have to be same as on that name of that tag. Which tag? So input
Mhm.
tag we are having giving name, na? Where is that name? This one. If you will not give name, you will give only id, at the backend you can't catch the value in any case at any language. So remember, you need to make it tag. You can get it by writing javascript or any other tools, any other technology you can use. But on servlet page, compulsory you need to on that JSP, compulsory you need to write this name to get the value in on that servlet backend. So this name must have to be the same, email and pass. So this email and pass, where is that login servlet? So email and pass. Now we are having two values, email and password, which I have printed over here, right?
Mhm.
Let me up to this, let me run it and let me show you that control flow and debug it on server. I think Sonu at the
Mhm.
rate
And
gmail.com, right?
password is Sony.
Yes, Sonu. SONU, Sonu at the rate gmail.com, and password is SONU. Let us hit to this one. Now see,
Mhm.
control came over here, right, on this page, login servlet, and this is that URL, right? Now we can see that value, email, what we have given, email. So okay,
Yeah.
control is over here only. So let me go to the next line. We can see now that email
Mm-hmm.
is having Sonu at the rate gmail.com, right? So this one we can see at right side also. I hope how to see this one.
Debug.
What is this symbol? Debug Java
Mm-hmm.
and debug already create. Now that variable value, from where we can get it? That one I am trying to get, look it over here. So that do post.
Don't know.
No. Let me close this. Debug is done. Do post, that is okay.
Mm-hmm.
At the side also some variable option is coming, which is not available over here. You can, we'll see in the next time and we'll tell you. Now we can see that we are having email up to this point. That cursor is over here, it means what? Now in debugging mode, cursor is over here. And remember, while learning JDK at the very beginning, I have explained you two compiler, right? One is Java C compiler and one is what?
Mm.
Just in time compiler, JIT, right? So at this moment,
Mm.
and interpreter is also, right? So at this moment, which one is active? Interpreter is active. Interpreter is responsible to execute line by line. At this moment, Java C is not working, interpreter is working, because it is, because at this moment you are able to see the value this
Yeah,
one,
yeah.
but password is not available over here. Why? Because password is still this, at this moment this is not executed yet, and that's the reason this value we are not able to see. Let me click on that next and you will be able to see that password also. Now see password. Why password came? Because password has been defined already earlier of this line. So now we can see came, this line has not executed yet, and that is the reason at this console we are not able to see the value. Once we'll click on this, we can see control will get, this will get printed on that console. It means what? At this moment interpreter is working, which is translating or compiling the code as well as
Mm.
executing the code. Are you getting the point?
Yeah, yeah. Clear.
So up to this it is clear, right? Now this one
Send
we need to
send
create, this one
forward
we
the
need to, what we need to do, we need to send it
DO.
we need to send it to that where
Mm.
user service method. User service method will send it, and after that let us come to that user service. Let us go to that, we
Mm.
are having email over here and now password over here. Now let us go to that implementation part, and we can see at this implemented part we know we don't require any object to pass to this method, because on behalf of this email id and password
Mm.
will fetch the data from that database, right? And if we will have that data, it means what? User is existing and will allow them to log in. If will not have any record, it means what?
Yeah.
Given email
So,
id or password is invalid. So session open and I have created one query. That query I have passed one query, what? From user, where email equal to em and password equal to pass. So this em I have given this email, this pass I have given this password over here, right? So value got saved, and we are very much familiar about HQL. We have already gone with that, how HQL is working. Now query dot unique result, it means what? Only one record it will provide us, only one record, matched record, only one matched record it will provide. Matched record comma it will provide. Matched record, it means what? The match record means according to this criteria, if the whatever the email you have given and password on behalf of this, if this will get matched from that user entity, and user entity will hit to that hibernate will hit to that database. So if match will happen into that database, accordingly it will bring what? That record, and we will have that user will have that user complete value. On behalf of email id and password, it will fetch complete one record. Getting my point? Means that will have name, email id, password and
yeah.
descriptions about, right? So those things we need, I have copied in this user, I have returned this user back, where it will go on that login servlet. Where is that login servlet? Where is this login servlet? E-register
Logging
service,
is.
right?
Mhm.
User service hibernate, where is it?
Mhm.
Login servlet is here, right? So now that user will return back where? Over here, and those I am catching over here. Suppose while executing that code HQL, it means data didn't match, the email id and password didn't match,
Hmm.
will that user will have that value or not? No, right? So that null value will get transferred over here. Now I'm checking over here this one, user login, whether user login is similar to null or not. If it is similar to null, it means what? Either email is password, or email is wrong, or password is wrong, or user is not existing. That's it.
Hmm.
That is the only scenario, right? If
Admin and
user would be there, then that user will get assigned to us, right? Returned over here. But it is not available over here. It is null. It means what? User is not there. So I have given over here invalid user. This will get printed into that console, and invalid email id and password. Invalid user, over there session object I have assigned to this one, and then after assigning I have forwarded response dot redirect, send redirect where to this login page. On this login page it will come this error message and success login user, e- error message as well as login user I
next.
have provided where on this so error message is this one, which will handle that error message. In case if we won't have error, it means what? We got that user, I have assigned to this login user. That user will have complete user details, right? Then I have forwarded to this login page. On this, where I have
Okay.
forwarded this one, I have forwarded this. If user will get logged in, it means what? I have forwarded it to that user home page. Where is that user home page? It is available into different folder. So now from this login page or this servlet page, user login servlet page, it will come where? On this user home with that login user value. Over there I'm checking what? If user is logged in or not. If user login is empty, it means what? User is not logged in. This is what one security check. It will forward us up to that login page itself. Means this page won't get access until and unless user will log in. If user will log in, then only it will get
Hmm.
access, isn't it? So this is
Yeah,
one security.
that security you are talking about in previous.
Without user
Mm-hmm.
login. Getting my point? Now if user is already logged in, then what I need to do? I need to display display username and one logout button also. But username and logout button, where I need to display? On that nav bar. So on that nav bar I have done some where is that nav bar? In that component I have included that nav bar over here, right? And on this nav bar we can see with that if user login user is not empty. See, login user is not empty. At this point I'm showing username. Where is that username? If not empty login user, then I'm showing what? Login user dot full name, right? It will print full name of that user, as well as it will have one logout button. Where is that
Yeah.
logout button? Over here, logout button, right? Suppose user login is empty, then I am showing what? Login button. If user login is already there, so should we display login? No, right? Login button, why we need to display? Because already user is login, so we'll display logout button, right?
That's the
So where is that logout button? Logout button, instead of that logout,
icon.
instead
Yeah.
of that logout I have given that symbol, font or some icon. Yeah, icon.
Mm-hmm.
On that it will click, it will go to that log out button, right? So up to this, just you remember, because we are handling that login. So let
Mm-hmm.
me click on this login.
You have to that
Already
step
clicked na.
forward this part.
So let us go with this step over.
In that login
Yes.
sublet, I think. Mm-hmm.
Already breakpoint is running, let us wait for that.
Mhm.
Got some error.
That's previous error that last time, for that server.
I don't know. Last time
Mm-hmm.
also. So did that debugger mode, I think not working properly. Let me do it. Let me remove this and let me terminate this and let me run it once again. Let us give that same input. Then it will be work. Save that. Run it. So this is login. We'll give that sonu@gmail.com. SONU and then login. It will take us up to that user home page, that everything will get changed.
So check once that backend I set debugging mode in.
No, not it is not in that debugger mode. Let us wait, because this is JSP solid based application and Hibernate, that is very bulky. It will take time to get the response back.
Mm-hmm. It's debugging.
Still it is running now, so we can see that it will give us response back. Now see how much time it took. Since that one is running on our system only, and
Hmm.
that way also it took that much time, right? So if it will run on that server and we'll try to run it on that our fetch it on our system, how much time it will take?
Mm-hmm.
And it is having over here simple pages, right?
Hmm.
But on that server it will have a huge pages, it will take a lot time, right? For that reason only, to reduce the time,
So,
we have shifted to that our new technology, that is what spring boot or
hmm.
microservices. Clear? So this is other page came, right? Now see, security to prevent, this one also got printed. Where is that? Did I wrote it?
On
Where
that,
I wrote it? That one, security.
this is the user
Where
home.
did I wrote that one?
Okay, in
This
backend, I
security.
think it not commented out. That's why that register. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, login register or
Yeah, user home
napper.
index.
No, user home. Let us go with that user home.
Yeah, that part. Yeah.
This one, right? So this one is the
Mm-hmm.
comment section. Now it won't reflect. I think user will get log out or what? No, that gone, right? Now we are at user home page. We are able to see navbar. This is the user page, and we can see there
Footer.
at the back end we are having which one, that footer. On this now we are having the user who got logged in, their name is here, and one logout button is over here also. So I hope that after login, how to forward where and where, how that control forward is getting over here, and how that backend is working in how
Mm-hmm.
backend is working at code level. So you understood this one. You go, project is already having at your end. You do practice at yours on your system by passing all those values, and go to in debug mode, such that you will see how
Mm-hmm.
control is forwarding from one page to another page, and how data is forwarding, right? Then this much you do practice, and then get to know about that login scenario, how it is working actually uh, in that backend, and then you will have better clarity on this. So we'll meet in that next session, and over there we'll see that log out. If user got logged in, then how this logout button is working. You will click on this logout at the back end. What is the code we have written, how that code is working, and after
Okay.
that how and where to forward the control. Those things, those things we'll see tomorrow. But on that front end, I can show you right now. I
Mm-hmm.
have clicked on this logout button. I log out successfully, came to that login page, right?
No,
So
sir.
back in
Right now.
login, we'll see tomorrow.
Yes, sir. One
Any
thing that
any
you created
questions?
that group na for the training.
Okay. Have you
Yeah, my exam
have
is
have you joined
next Saturday.
that BTech?
Means this in this Saturday. Today is Saturday and that after 7 days Saturday. It's not semester. It's for the test
This
or
this is your
yeah,
first semester,
admission
right?
test. This is yeah,
What?
yeah, yeah,
Admission
yeah.
test only means still you have not admitted in that
Yeah,
is college. Okay, okay.
yeah. It's
Do your
for
best
exam
then.
for government. If I
Is
qualified
that
with better rank,
government or
then I
private?
can get a government college.
That's
Mm-hmm.
great. And
According to my
according
diploma
to
and
that
according to rank of my that
diploma, right?
entrance exam.
That's great. Eli.
Mm-hmm.
That's fully government, right? That's great then. I hope everything would be good for you, and you can join that BTech to learn to take your BTech degree, graduation degree. So that's all for today, and we'll meet in the next session. So you are at on the right track, and still you are not having that much age. You are having much time available on your and at your hand, and according to that, at this point of time, you are having a good skills in that development. So accordingly, if you will spend time in that your BTech throughout the 3 years of journey, definitely you will have that better
Yeah, yes, sir.
development
Thank you,
skills,
sir.
and you can achieve a lot during your journey.
Yeah, yeah. Thank you, sir. Yes, sir.
Thanks, Suman. So, thanks, Suman, for attending the sessions. We'll meet in the next session. And welcome.